Hello everyone, this is Sheena Al Lesaliza and my report is about virtual teams and online collaboration. So let's find out what is a virtual team and online collaboration. I know that you have a lot of idea about what is a virtual team. So what is a virtual team? Let me read you first the meaning of virtual team. A virtual team, also known as a remote or distributed team, is a group of individuals who work together from different geographical locations, relying on digital communication tools and technology. Instead of being physically present in the same office space, team members collaborate online using tools like email, instant messaging, video conferencing, and cloud based project management platforms. So, ang ibig sabihin ng virtual team is ito yung mga tao na nagtatrabaho ng sabay, they are working together pero iba-iba yung kanilang location or ang kanilang country or place and time. So they are working online using digital communication tools and technology. Naging popular ang virtual teams and online collaboration ng time ng pandemic kasi lockdown. So remember that a virtual team is ito yung mga grupo ng tao na nagtatrabaho pero iba-iba yung kanilang location or country or place and time using communication tools and technology. So instead na physically present sila in the same office or workspace, the team members are collaborating online using different tools. So we will find out later kung ano yung mga virtual tools or mga applications na ginagamit to conduct or a to have an online collaboration. Ginagamit din ng virtual teams ang cloud-based project management platform. So ito yung mga software applications na ginagamit ng mga virtual teams like Trello. So later we will discuss each of that software applications and kung para saan sila ginagamit. Now let's define what is online collaboration. Online collaboration refers to the process of working together with team members or partners over the internet. It enables people to communicate, share information, and work on projects from different locations. So they are the same with the definition of virtual teams because they are connected. When we say collaboration it is working together to achieve a common goal. So plus online, so through the internet. So this is working together to achieve a common goal using the internet. There are lots of characteristics of virtual teams. Number one is geographical dispersion. Team members are located in different geographical locations, often across different time zones. This can offer diverse range of perspectives but also requires careful coordination. So it means that one of the characteristics of virtual teams is ang mga team members ay located sa iba't ibang mga location or mga countries, places across different time zones. So this can offer a diverse range of perspective, yes, because yung mga ka-workmates mo has different perspectives, may iba't ibang opinion and mga paniniwala. So you should be careful to avoid misunderstanding or baka ma-misinterpret ng mga ka-workmate mo yung mga sinasabi mo or ang gusto mong iparating. Number 2, digital communication. Interaction is primarily conducted through digital communication tools such as email, video conferencing, and chat applications. Effective communication and technical proficiency are crucial. It means that an interaction or ang communication is nangyayari online through the use of digital communication tools such as email, video conferencing, and chat applications. It is important na magkaroon ng epektibong komunikasyon at kagalingan sa technical upang magkaroon ng successful na collaboration and to avoid miscommunication or misinterpretation sa trabaho. Number 3, cultural diversity. Virtual teams often include members from diverse cultural backgrounds, which can enrich the team's creativity and problem-solving abilities, but may also introduce challenges related to cultural differences and misunderstandings. It means that in virtual teams, merong mga individual na may iba't ibang cultural backgrounds. So, hindi kayo magkakapareho. That's why you should be careful to avoid misunderstanding. Kasi baka yung mga sinasabi mo is tabu yun para sa kanila or mali yun para sa kanilang kultura and sa'yo naman is hindi. So, that's why you should have a cultural sensitivity. And isa pa is meron ding iba't ibang ways on how to solve a problem. So that's why you should consider also and you should understand kung ano yung mga pagkakaiba-iba ninyo. Number 4, reliance on technology. Collaboration heavily depends on technology, including project management tools, file sharing platforms, and communication software. Ensuring that all team members are comfortable with these tools is essential. It means that a collaboration happens online using different tools. That's why virtual teams or ang mga team members should be comfortable in using that tools uh, para hindi sila mahirapan at para maging sanay sila sa paggamit kasi all the time yung mga gagamitin, yung mga steps, mga important na mga needs sa kanilang work is yun yung mga tools na ginagamit nila. So it is important to have a good practice on how to use that tool. Number 5, focus on results. Virtual teams tend to have a strong focus on results and outcomes rather than physical presence. Clear goals and metrics are essential to track progress and performance. It means that ang virtual teams ay nakafocus sa mga results and outcomes kaysa sa physical presence. So, they don't mind if iba-iba yung inyong mga locations or places or time zones. Ang importante is ang focus sa results, sa resulta at sa mga outcomes ng inyong mga ginagawa. That's why clear goals and metrics are important para ma-track or ma-identify ninyo ang inyong mga progress and performance and para malaman kung ano yung mga kailangan pang i-improve at gawan ng mas better pa na mga ideas or mas better pa na ways to improve your performance sa work nyo. Number 6, flexible work hours. Team members may work at different times, allowing for a more flexible schedule, but also requiring clear guidelines for availability and response times. It's because you are working in different locations and time zones. You have a lot of flexible schedule, but it is required to have a clear guidelines. Baka kasi hindi ka available sa time na yan. At your team must know kung ano yung time na available ka sa location or sa time zone na meron ka. Number 7, asynchronous communication. Much of the communication happens asynchronously, meaning that team members may not always be available at the same time and responses can be delayed. Asynchronous means happening not at the same time. So, asynchronous communication is a communication that is happening not in real time or not at the same time with your team members. So it means that some members or team members are not available at the same time or at the time that is same from yours. So sometimes ang mga responses ay nagiging delay due to time zones or baka sa place nyo is mahina yung signal or merong bagyo, something like that. Number 8, focus on outcomes. Success is often measured by the quality of outcomes and deliverables rather than the number of hours worked or physical presence. It's because virtual teams are focusing on the outcomes. It doesn't mind kung ilang hours yung inukol nyo to work that goal. So, mas nakafocus sila sa outcomes. So, diyan nakabase yung success sa outcomes, hindi sa ilang oras kayong nag-work. Now, let us move on to the digital platforms that are used by virtual teams for online collaboration. For video conferencing, we have Zoom, Google Meet, and Skype. So let's define each of them. Zoom, a popular video conferencing platform for virtual meetings, webinars, and conferences. When to use virtual team meetings, remote interviews, online conferences, and webinars. How to use: download and install the Zoom app, create an account, or join a meeting using a meeting ID. Use audio and video settings to customize your experience. Ang Zoom ay naging popular noong pandemic and ginagamit siya for online meeting because ng time ng pandemic is um, uh, lockdown and hindi nakakalabas yung mga tao. So, online sila nagme-meeting through Zoom and ginagamit din siya for webinars. And ang webinar ay isang online na seminar o pagtuturo na ginagawa sa pamamagitan ng internet. So, it is a way to share ideas, share knowledge, and experiences sa mga sa mga members or sa mga tao na kasali sa webinar. And then, ang conferences naman is ito yung pag-share also ng knowledge or pagtitipon ng mga tao na nagbabahagi ng kaalaman or experiences or about information in a certain subject or topic. Ang Zoom ay ginawa or nagsimula noong April 21, 2011. Ginawa ito ni Eric Yuan, isang former Cisco engineer and executive. Initially, the company was called SASB Incorporated, but was later renamed Zoom in May 2012. So imagine, noong 2011 pa pala ito nagsimula, pero naging popular siya nung nagsimula yung pandemic noong 2020 to 2021. And then until now, ginagamit pa rin ng Zoom mostly sa mga classrooms or sa online class, online meeting, webinars, and video conferencing. And popular pa rin ng Zoom, mostly ginagamit ng karamihan. Ang basic plan ng Zoom or ang free plan ng Zoom is only 100 participants lang yung makater niya, and then within 40 minutes lang ang tagal ng inyong paggamit ng Zoom if free plan yung gagamitin ninyo, and then kapag pro plan or ito yung binabayaran na plan, um, magagamit nyo ang Zoom within 30 hours with 100 participants per meeting pa rin. And meron siyang AI companion, cloud storage na 5 gig, documents na unlimited, Clips Plus na unlimited na may unlimited videos, mail and calendar with client and service. Number 2 is Google Meet, a simple and secure video conferencing tool integrated with Google Calendar. When to use quick virtual meetings, remote discussions, and online collaborations. How to use: create a Google account or use an existing one. Start a meeting by clicking on the new meeting button. Share the meeting link with participants. Ang Google Meet is ginagamit sa mga online meeting, mga quick online meeting, and then mga video conferencing and remote discussions. And mostly ginagamit din siya sa online class or mga business meetings. Pero yung time niya is hindi masyadong mataas, within 60 minutes lang magagamit ang Google Meet kapag free plan ito. And then kapag paid plans naman or pag binabayaran or bayad na Google Meet is magagamit mo siya within 24 hours with 100 participants per meeting. While ang free plan naman is only 100 participants per meeting lang ang makikita niya within 60 minutes. So kapag paid plans yung gagamitan mo, or kapag pag binayaran mo yung Google Meet, marami siyang advantages na magagamit, especially for businesses and education and more. So, ang Google Meet was launched on March 9, 2017 as a part of Google's G Suite, now Google Workspace. It's a video conferencing platform that allows users to hold virtual meetings and collaborate remotely. Correction lang pala sa sinabi ko kanina sa Google Meet. Kapag paid plan is 250 participants rather yung makikater niya within 24 hours. The last application for video conferencing is Skype. Skype, a widely used video conferencing platform for personal and professional conversations. When to use: personal video calls, remote clients meetings, and international collaborations. How to use: number 1 is download and install the Skype app, create an account or sign in with a Microsoft account, start a call or meeting by clicking the call or meet button. Ang Skype ay isang video conferencing at instant messaging platform na nagbibigay ng daan sa mga gumagamit na makipag-usap through voice or video and text. So, its features are video calls, voice calls, screen sharing, and group calls. So, it has the same features also with Messenger, because ang Messenger is merong video calls, screen sharing, or group calls. And nung hindi pa uso yung Messenger, ang Skype is popular. Ito yung mostly na ginagamit. And now na merong Messenger, ang Messenger na ang kadalasan or ang ginagamit natin sa ngayon. And based on my research, ang Skype is mawawala na this May 2025 because hindi na siya masyadong ginagamit. Sadly, Skype's time has come to an end. So May 5, 2025 siya mag-end. And FYI, ang Skype is ginawa noong 2003. Active pa rin siya noong mga nakaraang taon, pero this 2025 is mag-end na siya. Microsoft announced last February that they would be discontinuing Skype in favor of their more modern communication platform. Now let us move on to the platforms for messaging and collaboration. Number one is Slack. Slack is a popular communication platform for teams featuring channels, direct messaging, and file sharing. When to use: team discussions, project collaborations, and company-wide announcements. How to use: create a Slack workspace or join an existing one. Download the Slack app or use the web version. Use channels to organize conversations and share files. Ang Slack is mostly ginagamit sa mga businesses, mga teams, mga companies. Ginawa ang Slack noong 2009, founded by Stuart Butterfield, Eric Costello, Carl Henderson, and Serge Moracho. Initially, the company developed a gaming platform called Tiny Speck, but during its development, the team created a communication tool that eventually became Slack. So, ang free plan ng Slack is meron siyang 90-day message history, meron siyang 10 app integrations, and marami din siyang pwedeng gamitin. Marami siyang advantages. And ang Pro plan is, ito yung paid plan, is ang worth niya is $7.25 per user or month. And then, meron siyang unlimited message history, unlimited app integrations, group audio and video meetings up to 50 people, group messages with people outside your organization up to 250 organizations, customizable sidebar sections, user provisioning and deprovisioning, SAML-based single sign-on. Meron din siyang mga business plan, mga enterprise grid plan. Yun. Number 2 for messaging and collaboration is ang Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is a communication and collaboration platform integrated with Microsoft Office 365. When to use: team collaborations, project management, and company-wide communications. How to use: create a Microsoft Teams account or use an existing one. Download the Microsoft Teams app or use the web version. Use channels to organize conversations and share files. Ang Microsoft Teams ay ginagamit for team collaborations or the teams that are working together to achieve a common goal or complete a project. Ginagamit din ito sa project management or ang pagpaplano or pag-oorganisa at pagkokontrol ng mga resources to achieve specific goals and objectives. While ang ginagamit din ang Microsoft Teams for company-wide communication or ito yung nagsishare ng mga information and updates across the entire organization to keep employees informed and aligned. Sino nga ba ang gumagamit ng Microsoft Teams? So, there are 4 types of users of Microsoft Teams. Number 1 is the corporations, educational institutions or ang mga schools, government agencies or ang mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, and remote teams. Remote teams are these are the teams that work in different locations and require a platform for communication and collaboration. So, sino nga ba ang founder ng Microsoft Teams at kailan ito ginawa? Microsoft Teams was developed by Microsoft and launched on March 14, 2017. So, wala siyang single founder, hindi siya single founder, but Brian McDonald is currently leading it as Microsoft Corporate Vice President. So, meron itong free at paid plans. So, kapag free plan, magagamit mo ang Microsoft Teams within 60-minute meetings with up to 100 participants. Meron siyang unlimited chat messages and file sharing. Pwede kayong makashare ng files. Meron siyang 5 GB of cloud storage per user and free one-on-one calls between 1:1 calls between Teams users for up to 30 hours and group calls for up to 60 minutes. Pag paid plans naman, ito yung binabayaran monthly or annually. Ang benefits or ang advantage nito is meron siyang 30-hour meetings with up to 300 participants with 10 GB of cloud storage per user, real-time collaboration with file sharing, task and polling, and meron din itong Microsoft 365 Business Basic, Microsoft 365 Business Standard, and Microsoft 365 Business Premium na binabayaran monthly or yearly or annually. The last platform for messaging and collaboration is the Trello. Trello is a visual project management tool using boards, lists, and cards to organize tasks. When to use project planning, task management, and team collaborations. How to use: create a Trello account or use an existing one. Create a board and add lists and cards to organize tasks. Assign tasks and set deadlines for team members. Ang Trello ay ginagamit for managing a project, planning for work, managing your time, collaboration, and pag-aayos ng mga gawain. Sa Trello is merong ginagamit na board. So ano nga ba itong boards? A board represents a project or a workflow. It's the highest level of organization in Trello. So ang purpose ng board is it helps you to visualize your project's workflow, track progress, and collaborate with team members. Ginagamitan din ang Trello. Sa Trello is pwede ka din gumamit ng mga lists. So, ang purpose ng list is to help you organize tasks and track progress by moving cards across different stages. And then, pwede ka rin makagamit ng cards sa Trello. So, ang purpose ng cards is it contains detailed information about a task such as descriptions, due dates, attachments, and comments. So by using boards, lists, and cards, Trello provides a visual and flexible way to manage project and workflows, making it easier to collaborate and stay organized. So, ang Trello is ginagamit to have an organized work, para ma-manage mo ang lahat-lahat ng maayos. So, ginawa ang Trello noong 2011 by Joel Spolsky and Michael Pryor, ang mga co-founder ng Fog Creek Software. So, it is created on 2011. So, meron itong free and paid plan. Unahin natin yung free plan. Ang free plan is meron siyang 10 boards bawat team, 10 power ups bawat board, 1 admin at 1 power up per board, 10 MB bawat attachment. While kapag paid plan or binabayaran, worth $5 per user or per month, and ang mga advantages nito is meron siyang Trello Premium na babayaran worth $10 per user or per month. Mga feature nito is meron siyang dashboard views, customizable card aging, advanced calendar view, priority support, Trello, and Enterprise. Ang Trello Enterprise is, ang feature niya is meron siyang advanced security at compliance features, single sign-on or SSO, and lastly, enterprise-grade support. Now let us discuss the platforms for virtual events and webinars. Number one is WebEx, a web conferencing platform for virtual meetings, events, and webinars. When to use virtual conferences, webinars, and large scale online events. How to use: create a WebEx account or use an existing one. Schedule a meeting or event and share the link with participants. Use audio and video settings to customize your experience. So, saan nga ba ginagamit ang WebEx? Ang WebEx ay ginagamit for video conferencing wherein ito ay isang pagpupulong online. Video conferencing, ginagamit para sa mga video conference, mga meetings, and mga presentation and collaboration, ang working together online, mga webinars or mga online training at mga presentation. So, ginagamit ang WebEx for negosyo, education, sa mga government, at for health, mga ospital na mga klinika at mga institution for health. WebEx was founded in 1995 by Subra Iyar and Min Zhu. So, matagal na pala itong WebEx. The founders are Indian origin entrepreneur, serve as the CEO of WebEx until its acquisition by Cisco Systems in 2007 for $3.2 billion. After the acquisition, WebEx continued to operate under Cisco, expanding its range of collaboration tools. Mayroong free plan and paid plan ang WebEx. Unahin natin ang free plan. Ang free plan ng WebEx is ito yung hindi binabayaran. Meron siyang unlimited meetings with up to 100 attendees. Meetings can last up to 40 minutes. Meron siyang screen sharing with annotation, unlimited whiteboards, local recording, calendar service integration, advanced noise cancellation, unlimited messaging, create and share videos using vidcasts, advanced security, integration with leading apps, and basic support. So marami-rami rin ang plans, ang free plan ng WebEx. While ang paid plans naman is meron siyang up to 1,000 attendees, local and unlimited cloud meeting recording, FedRAMP authorized security, meron siyang AI assistant, advanced features and support. So, ang price ng paid plan is nakadepende sa country at sa needs ng business mo. Number 2 is GoToWebinar, a webinar hosting platform for virtual presentations and events. When to use: online presentations, product demos, and educational webinars. How to use: create a GoToWebinar account or use an existing one. Schedule a webinar and share the link with participants. Use audio and video settings to customize your experience. Ang GoToWebinar is ginagamit for virtual meetings. Ang virtual meetings is ito yung pagtitipon online to talk about your work and other topic. And then, ang events naman, GoToWebinar is used for events. Events on GoToWebinar refer to large-scale online gatherings such as conferences, mga product launches, or training sessions. It is also used for webinars. Webinars are online seminars na nag-share ng mga information and experiences. Yes, yan yung GoToWebinar. Who created GoToWebinar, or who are the founders of GoToWebinar? So GoToWebinar was developed by GoTo, a company that was formed after a merger between Citrix GoTo line of products and LogMeIn 2016. So the GoTo Meeting product, which later expanded to include GoToWebinar, was initially released in 2004 by Citrix. GoToWebinar was specifically introduced in 2006. So matagal-tagal din siya. Matagal na siyang ginawa. And ang free trial ng GoToWebinar plan, ang free trial ng GoToWebinar rather is meron siyang 7-day free trial, allowing users to access all features without commitment or credit card requirements. So after matapos ng free trial, hindi na siyang bayaran. So ang paid plans ng GoToWebinar is meron siyang light plan, standard plan, and pro plan, as well as ang enterprise plan, flex plan. So, kapag light plan yung pipiliin mo, ang price nito is $29 per month or $228 annually or yearly. Ang standard plan naman is hindi siya nakadepende sa country yung kanyang price. Ang pro plan naman is nakadepende pa rin sa country ang price niya, and enterprise plan is custom pricing for large businesses, while ang flex plan is worth $29 per month or $228 annually for on-demand features. So marami siyang features ang Pro plan. These are the platforms for screen sharing and remote access. Number 1 is TeamViewer. A TeamViewer is a remote access and screen sharing tool for desktop support and online meetings. When to use remote technical support, online meetings, and screen sharing. How to use: download and install the TeamViewer app, create an account or use an existing one, share your screen or access a remote computer. Ang TeamViewer is ginagamit for remote access, screen sharing, desktop support, online meetings and collaboration, security, and cross-platform compatibility. So, sa remote access, it allows users to connect to and control another computer or device from a distance. Sa screen sharing naman, users can share their screen with others in real time. Desktop support, IT professionals use TeamViewer to assist clients or colleagues by accessing their computers remotely. Online meetings and collaboration. It supports video calls, audio conferencing, chat, and pwede rin makashare ng files. And then for security naman, it uses end-to-end encryption to ensure secure connections. And lastly, for platform compatibility. Available siya on Windows, MacOS, or sa mga Apple na brand, and Linux, Android, and iOS. Kailan kaya ginawa ang TeamViewer? Ang TeamViewer ay ginawa noong 2005 sa Germany, at ang founder nito ay si Rosmanith GmbH. And this software was initially developed to facilitate remote presentations of quality management software, aiming to reduce the need for on-site client visits. So maraming tao ang gumagamit ng TeamViewer, especially ang mga organization, and as well as mga IT professionals and support teams, ang mga businesses and mga companies, mga freelancers at remote workers, sa mga teachers or mga and also ang personal use para tulungan ang kaibigan o kamag-anak na may problema sa computer para ma-access ang sariling computer habang nasa ibang lugar. And the last platform for screen sharing and remote access is ang JoinMe. JoinMe is a screen sharing and video conferencing platform for virtual meetings and presentations. When to use? For online presentations, remote meetings, and screen sharing. How to use? Create a JoinMe account or use an existing one. Start a meeting and share the link and with participants. Use audio and video settings to customize your experience. Ang mga plans naman ng JoinMe is meron siyang light plan, which is worth 10 US dollars per user or month. Meron din siyang Pro plan, which is worth 20 US dollars per month. Ang features nito is all light features, meetings na with up to 50 participants, 10 video feeds, optional toll-free numbers, user management, and unlimited audio conferencing. Ang business plan naman is, ang price niya is $30 per user or month. Ang features naman niya is all pro features, up to 250 meeting participants, advanced user management capabilities, single sign-on, Salesforce.com integration. Ang free plan status this 2025, as of 2025, wala nang free hosting plan ang JoinMe. While anyone can still join a meeting as a participant for free, hosting capabilities and features are now exclusive to paid subscribers. So it means that ang mga participants ay free lang siya, walang bayad. Pero kapag ikaw ay mag-host sa JoinMe, wala nang free, kailangan ng paid subscription. And that's the end of my report. I hope that you got a lot of information that you can apply in your daily lives. Thank you and mabuhay!